All right, guys, we are live. Today is April Fool's Day, 4/1/2022. This is episode number 15 with the Digital Climax Kings. I'm the Dead On Leprechaun. I'm joined today with a couple guests, as always, Digital Prophets, and we've got a couple of experts to kind of talk about some NFTs and some of the digital things that you guys are certainly more experts than I am. So I'll let you kind of handle your own intro and we'll take it from there.
Digital Profits checking in from Texas. Oh my God, Lep, these roughnecks are no joke. I was at the shop since 7 a.m. learning how to weld. I mastered the plasma cutter. It's like being a kid in a Build-A-Bear workshop. I love it. All I can say is, here's my Texas plug. God bless Texas.
What's up? I'm B. Harry. Just super into NFTs, super into all things crypto. My background is I'm a park ranger actually. I love protecting all the stuff that we have out here. We've got some beautiful things in the West, and it's my love and passion to be able to share those with everybody that we got. So, it's an amazing blessing that I have in my life.
Awesome. Well, welcome. We appreciate you taking the time to come hang out with us on a Freestyle Friday.
Hell yeah! No problem. I mean, it's a good time to have a little bit of a cocktail here and just talk about things I love.
Yeah, man, brother.
And I see Agent stumbled in. What's going on, man?
Agent,
can hear us.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey,
what up, dog?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can now. Yep, you're good.
Nothing. I'm on break.
Well, thanks for spending your break with us. It's the best place to be.
How's Walmart today, Agent? You ready to quit? We got technical difficulties.
No comment.
Agent X is always in the field. B. I'm just gonna call you B because I like one syllable names.
No, it's all right. It makes it easy. I get it. It works for me.
Okay, so let's just go on. Agent, we love you, bro. You're with us in spirit, and we see your. Oh. Something happened.
Yeah, Skywalker's trying to get in.
Hook in. We got to get this dude. Like, I want to.
Yeah, bro, for sure. Me too.
Sorry.
Got to get Luke.
Breaking up on.
The Force up in here.
Get the Force, baby, the Force. Brian, man. Dude, I was just talking
to the guy in the middle.
I've been talking to Carson like nonstop. You ever talk to Carson?
Nice. Yep.
Bro,
nice.
I mean San Diego is kick. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I'm smoking weed right now from Clayton Johnson, another Valley boy. Homegrown from Clayton.
Nice.
We have some pretty good talent in this sphere of influence.
Oh yeah. Yep.
In all aspects. So, okay, let's just get a breakdown on the Moose Society because I'm so curious to get caught up. You said they have mutants and Lep, what they're doing is kind of like what Bored Ape Yacht Club did. Like they laid down the blueprint, and
Absolutely.
It's a beautiful blueprint.
No, for sure. And I mean, and they've got not only that, but they've got like a whole group of people that they're working with that are really passionate about helping people. So not only is it about maybe getting a little bit in your pocket, but it's also about helping some people that totally need it. I mean, there's children's hospitals that are involved. There's donations to breast cancer awareness. I mean, it goes deep as far as like donations. But for the plan of the project, I mean, right now there's you can mint your moose, and there's still they're still minting right now. And if you go out there and you get some of those, they've got some amazing sweep contests. They've got all kinds of stuff going on, like to actually put some ETH back in your wallet. But at the same time, you're getting a really cool NFT that in the end is going to support some cool charities. But then you get there's Moose Tracks, which is basically the token that's going to be associated with this project. And when you get those Moose Tracks dropped in your wallet, you can go out, you can buy hero boxes, which is going to be right now they're about hero boxes. They're about
What
to
is
drop
that?
a whole bunch of well, first you got to get your mini. So right now
Okay.
I know you've got 10 out that are breeding. When you get your minis back,
Yeah.
you're gonna have 5 little dudes that if you want to add to them, you can either add a hero box.
Actually,
you can
bro,
add a
I
mutant
only
serum.
staked 2.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
I know you had 10.
Mhm.
All right, sorry.
Yeah. I
It's
should have
cool.
staked them all, bro, but I didn't. Like, I was like iffy because it was brand new. The project was brand new
Yeah.
at the time.
Yep. So I've got 8 that are staked right now. So I'm waiting on 4 little dudes that'll be showing up at some point. And when they show up, you're going to be able to add this cool stuff. First thing is going to be the hero boxes. So you'll be able to make some really cool. Well, actually, I don't even want to skip over all the minis because they're going to have 1-of-1s. There's a little Thor out there. There's like some. Yeah, they're fire. They're super cool.
Nice.
Fire.
But after you get your mini, you can then add whatever you want to it, whether it's your hero box, which is going to come out first, or your mutant serum. And once you add those to them, those 2 factions are going to battle for Moose Island. And so
I have a plot on Moose Island.
me too.
Yes.
So that's like the next step. You're going to have all these things that are going to be battling for the future of Moose Island. And so there's going to be
so radical.
It's going to get deep. So there's some cool stuff coming. And then you got and I don't want to gloss over just so I can, if my boys are watching, the community is awesome. These dudes are a bunch of really good dudes. Like I love hanging out with them. I love hearing their perspective. Like, it's cool that everything else is happening, but part of the NFT thing is you build community, and these dudes are legit. So
Nailed it.
I mean, I can't say enough good things.
Well, that's awesome.
People-
And sorry, I just wanted to mention real quick on NFTs. I know nobody watches the Oscars, but if you did, they actually mentioned NFTs, and there was a guy there. Yeah, there was a guy there in the audience who was big into NFTs, and I just think it's cool that it's now getting to mainstream people, and this is starting to become like a household thing.
Yes.
Absolutely. I mean, it was in the Super Bowl. They had them all over the Super Bowl commercials. It's becoming big.
Oh, I love it.
So, but yeah, but there's just so much going on with that one that I could probably talk all day about it. I mean, like I said, those guys are awesome, but it really go in there and get a couple minutes if any of your dudes are watching that are thinking about what's the next one. Cause I think there's some momentum there that's going to be big, and there's no whitelist. There's no, some communities you go in, and in order to mint it, you've got to spend, a week just typing a bunch of bullshit into a computer, telling them, let's fucking go. Like, that's not what this is about. Like, this was about people that actually care about what you're doing, believe in your project, and didn't have to sit there going through the ringer to make it happen. So it's cool.
Hey, B, can you get a little more in depth on the children's aspect of it? Because that's something I fell in love with, and that's why I kind of like bought into it, like hook, line, and sinker. But I didn't have time to really get into the, like meat and potatoes of what they're actually doing.
So, I mean, it's going to be multi-level. Like right now, there's definitely like a cross-promotion thing with the Children's Miracle Network, I believe it is. But it's the children's hospitals that are definitely like providing some super cool services, and all they're doing is just donating straight across. There's no tit for tat. There's no anything. We just every once in a while we'll have a donation drive. There's also a percentage of every single mint that goes to it. I mean, it's just a straight partnership where actually, I mean, it's just trying to help out some people. So, it's definitely not anything that they're looking for in return. Everything is just about trying to help kids. I mean, we're all about doing all we can to give back to the community.
Okay, so that's amazing, because I'm out in the country in Texas, and when I mention Bitcoin, everybody just thinks it's like a scam. And it's so hard to tell them that it's not, because Bitcoin's what created all this. It's like, you get it, but this is second layer protocol, third layer protocol. This is what it was intended to do, like give decentralized power to people to do amazing things to help people. Like, it's that simple. It's not like, crony capitalism or whatever, where it's, I want to get all the money and you guys are just serfs. But it's like everybody flourishes in a Web3 community.
Yep. And that's totally what drew me to this project. There's some of them that they don't have a roadmap, or their roadmap is basically, how can I stuff my pocket? And this one was like, you know, it's mutually beneficial. I mean, we all want to succeed, and if you can contribute to some amazing causes and be able to bring some attention to things, why wouldn't you do it? So I love it.
Oh, it's great. Hey, Lep, you need to get some moose real quick, all right? I'll show you how.
That was my next thing to say was I think we need to do this on a podcast, like actually purchase some.
Yes, let's do that.
Yeah, I'm getting.
And we'll get Skywalker dialed in.
Yep, do a minting party or something. I mean, the society is super active. The administrators, the mods, everybody there. I mean, they're so into this. They're in the chat every single day.
The passion is real, baby.
Make this thing succeed. It's not one of those where, you know, you got some false people that are popping in every once in a while. It's all legit.
Oh yes.
Well, I was just hearing the other day that smart contracts, you know, are actually saving lives in like the healthcare and in the areas of, you know, vaccines, and not the vaccines we all think of, but like actual ones that, you know, work well. But like that was really what smart contracts are for. So rather than people having to transfer all that data back and forth, to have it all be public ledger is giving them the ability to not have to go to a middleman and just cut right through everything. And like they said, people are literally living and dying, you know, based on the fact that these smart contracts are getting that information from A to B with zero time down. You know, it's just
wow, Lep, that's huge insight, bro.
Yeah.
Well, I have to say, I love what I do. I'm all about like my job as a public servant to be able to protect the areas that I love. But there's definitely some bureaucracy that gets involved with things, and being able to move things at a much more streamlined pace, put in some of those smart contracts, be able to do things on a efficient level. I mean, it's appealing to me. That's for sure. Because there's a lot of things that slow it down.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I'm trying to figure out if Skywalker is trying to unmute, or I wonder if he's.
B, is there a way you can contact him while we're live, and maybe we can like get this figured out? Because I so want to hear what he has to say.
Yeah, it's just a bummer that he
give
made time for
give me
us.
just a sec. Let me see what I can do.
Okay,
right?
No problem. No pressure. No rush.
Yeah, and if it doesn't work out, that's cool. I just figured if he's here, I don't want him to feel like, you know, we're not. I'd like him to speak if he got the opportunity.
No, absolutely. So I'm gonna cut out just for a second, and I'll be back. If you guys, you guys do your thing.
All right, dude, Lep. So that's interesting. Can you talk more about what you just said, like with the smart contract saving lives? Because that's new to me, and I'm like in the loop.
Yeah, so it's I think mostly on the Ethereum side of things as they're building infrastructure, and it wasn't something they went into like, you know, a lot of detail on, but they did say that there is a lot of healthcare breakthroughs, you know, and research where they'll have like a grant or funding or something, and instead of having to wait, you know, they can see all the data that was literally, you know, posted as a smart contract on the blockchain, and they don't have, you know, it just cuts through everything, and they're able to pick up immediately where, you know, you know, the previous person left off, and they can see all the work without having to go through the steps of, you know, rehashing it all. So I'll get a little bit more info on it. I just kind of heard the tail end of it, so I'll try to give you a better update than that.
Okay, so that's awesome, because I keep saying, it's so hard to articulate how amazing this technology really is to the layman, because it's like complex, but it's not. So like, for example, my homeboys in Zimbabwe, like whenever they needed cash, like I would just send them waves. And the reason I'd send them waves, which is a cryptocurrency, because they would get it literally within less than a second. And then they would go to an exchange, trade it for Bitcoin, and then trade the Bitcoin for their local Zimbabwe money. So it's a process, but that process is about to be eliminated to where we can like instantly send money to the homies that need it over wherever. Like we all can do that, like channel power to each other. Like my homeboy hit me up this morning from Zimbabwe. He's like, "Hey bro, I need $30 for this printer ink, but I'll get paid next week and I'll pay you back." And he's on it. Like this kid's a prodigy. And I was like, well, can't help you out right now because all my money's staked. Like all my money is locked up, bro, and I'm not taking it out because it's making me money, you know? So
Right.
I was like, I'll get paid cash from this welding stuff and then I can figure it out. But let's see if Agent X can help you out. He might, like, if I had my office set up, I could hook him up right away because then I have access to all my wallets. But I don't right now on purpose because I'm terrible with money, Lep.
Dude, you are not alone there. I think that's most everybody. And like I've told you before, I mean, think how far ahead you are than somebody who has basically lived their whole life, you know, maybe in the cash is king kind of universe, and believes that all this Bitcoin stuff is just going to go away someday and that you'll never hear about it again. But that ship has come and gone. You know, now that Bitcoin has sort of, you know, really given some integrity to the whole crypto market, like, and people have seen that it's a real asset, you know, that people are trading the derivatives, and you know, like, I'm not a huge fan of that, but being that it got onto the stock market in some way or another, you know, the fact that I have friends that can barely work their cell phones that were all like super excited because they just bought Dogecoin, you know, for the first time with Robinhood. You know, like, it's just so weird, but it's so awesome at the same time. Like, even if they didn't do it right, I'm glad to see that they took that initiative to step out of their comfort zone.
Exactly.
So,
Had something to add to that, but I lost it.
the only other thing I was going to mention, you know, it'd be kind of interesting to see what's going to happen. I haven't kept up with all the news updates that I normally would today because I've been dealing with some family things going on. But by and large, it was supposed to be the last day that you could have, what do you call it? Oil purchased in anything but ruble. So,
oh yeah, Agent was blowing me up about that at work, and I was like, I'll call you when I'm done. And now he's working.
yeah, but they're tying it to gold, and so they're saying
Ooh,
you're going to be
okay.
able to, you know, and obviously it's going to change as more companies sign on. But not only do you have to buy your all crude in rubles, but you have to process it through a Russian financial institution. So
Bro,
that's going to be crazy.
that means PUTN is playing chess, not checkers, with the economical warfare aspect of what's really going on.
Yep. It's about to get really crazy if that really does happen. Yeah, the dollar will be even more useless than it is now. You know, it's already a fiat currency, but this will be like the beginning of the end.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. I mean, people all think I'm crazy because I keep ranting about this nonstop, but I'm compelled to because it's real. Like, the dollar is going to be like the Venezuelan bolivar. It's happening. They engineered it. And, like, if you're smart and pay attention, you can see it.
Well, and like, I go to the store and basically have a static set of purchases that I make. You know, we buy milk, bread, eggs, you know, like all the staples, and then the things that everybody likes. So my totals are typically pretty close, just given, you know, that we buy the same things every week. But now every time I go, it's like the same items that I've been buying are costing me $8 to $10 more, and on like a $200 total every single time, like every week. We're not talking about like, you know, the news saying inflation's at, you know, 8% or whatever. We're talking about like, this is absolutely hitting everybody where it hurts. And I think it's just a matter of time, like with these gas thefts and some of these other things that we're seeing kind of become the common thing to happen. It's just a matter of time until a city decides that they're not going to take it, you know, and they start rushing stores, and then that's it. You know, like, that city's game over until, you know, there's order restored in whatever form that looks like. You know, I don't know. It's just really scary, and I'm so thankful that I don't live in a major city, not necessarily in Texas, but like a major city in, you know, these largely democratically controlled areas, you know, that have kind of turned into a hellhole. I don't know.
Well, let me add to that. And one of the, like, reasons I'm so, like, all about where I'm at right now in Texas in the country is because there's so many ways out. Like, I've lived in many major cities, and typically there's only 4 ways out. You know what I'm saying? They can block them off quick. Sounds like B's back. B's back. What's up, dog?
Oh, nothing. I was just trying to get into Skywalker. He's got a bit going on. I'm trying to get him back here, but
Okay.
I know he's busy.
No problem.
And
We'll
he's
get him.
on the
We
other
will
side of
get
the
him.
globe,
Yeah.
so things are a little weird.
It's an open
Hey.
invitation. Open
And this
invitation.
is very impromptu.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Freestyle Friday.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ow.
So, but no, I mean, it's been interesting, the whole, the dynamic of NFTs, that being somebody who is relatively new to it. Some people look at it as you said, it's a scam. It's you're paying for a picture, but the whole thing is there's so much more involved with a lot of these projects. They're a gateway to something. They are a ticket that holds a value. And then for some of them, it's literally going to be, like you say, it's a blockchain transaction that's going to hold something for you in the future, whether that's a piece of land, virtual or real. There's so many possibilities that are coming with that, with the things like Satoshi, the islands that are coming in. And, there's a lot of stuff that's going on that's going to be a big deal. And I think that all of us that are aware of it are kind of on the forefront.
Well, I was telling prophets that like things like personalized license plates come to mind is like the purpose of an NFT. Like, I think that'd just be awesome that you could, get sick of your license plates. You could throw them up on a website and you could just literally trade them like you would any other NFT. And, then you'd have that physical asset in the real world. But, eventually license plates won't be a thing, just like everything else, it will have an end date where people are going to have something new that will take its place. And I think when that happens, we're going to see by then NFTs will be everywhere. Like people, and the other thing too is like Roblox. My kids play that game and they trade all these crazy things back and forth with their friends. And, they make all these insane, like, modifications to their houses and their game. And they, like, the things that they can do, like you can literally go onto eBay and you can buy these virtual items just like an NFT almost. And so that was kind of the first exposure I had, was like, holy crap, people are selling like a digital like giraffe for $500 in the real world.
Well, and the crazy
500
part
is cheap.
they hold like real value. So I've got a kid, man. So I asked my kid to go rake leaves with me the other day. And he looked at me like I was crazy, and then I offered him $5, and he was like, "What does that mean?" And then I offered him 400 Roblox, and he was in there in a heartbeat. Like, he was jumping out there, he was raking, he was bagging. It's all about what provides value to you.
Hey guys, can I jump in real quick?
Yeah.
So during the lockdown, like 2020, I was up the street from where I'm at right now at my cousin's house, and my 13-year-old cousin, I told him, I need you to help me rake up some garbage. I'll pay you $20. He's like, all for it. Little athletic basketball kid, right? So I made the mistake of paying him up front. The kid does half the work, disappears, instantly converts that $20 into a Fortnite skin.
Yep.
And he didn't finish the job.
Yeah, no, that sounds about right for the next generation. And
Yeah.
but that's the truth. I mean, there's so much more value in some of these things that are digital than whatever it is that we've perceived as value, traditionally. And so when these are the kids that are going to be coming up, this is where the future is going. And so yes, the fact that we are building things in the sandbox, that people are actually paying, hundreds of thousands of dollars to acquire, like, it's digital, but it's real to the people that are spending their money on it. And so, it's the future.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. Going back to that story you told, the same thing. My daughter comes up to me last night and she's got her $2 bills that she's been getting in cards from her grandparents. And she goes, Dad, I really want a $4.99 Roblox. And she's got a $2 bill and she holds them out with quarters and that. And she's like, and I'm like, no, I'll just give you the Roblox. I'm like, you got to keep that. But
Yeah.
Like you said, like, they have a totally different mentality when it comes to value.
Yep.
And that's what people got to think, is that it's maybe not for you today, but in the future, it'll make sense, even if it doesn't right now.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I mean, and it's you talk to adults about it and they kind of roll their eyes when you tell them that you're spending, thousands of dollars on a picture online. A kid will get it. A kid will be like,
Yes.
"Oh, that makes sense. Like, I think that's a cool picture." But you talk to one of your friends and they look at you like you're nuts.
Yes,
Right,
I get that
yeah.
all the time.
So yeah, I think that there's so much potential there, and again, it's the future. Like, yeah, we're not going to go backwards to where everybody else is, not okay with spending things digitally. Like that is where we're going. And at this point, if you can attach value, if you can attach ownership, people like to wear Air Force Ones because it's something that is a status symbol. So when you get to walk out with a Bored Ape Yacht Club,
Ooh, you're
on your
balling.
phone or whatever,
It's a Rolex,
that's the
baby.
new status symbol. And so, I hope one of these days that's going to be the case with the Mooses. Everybody's like, dude, you're in and you care about people, but you're also cool as hell. So, that's where I'm shooting for.
Dude,
Well,
check this out.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So I got a homeboy. He'll remain anonymous, but he copped 3 Bored Apes early, right? Real early. The dude has 2 kids and a wife, and he worked on Wall Street for like 8 years, realized it was bullshit, moved back to Oakland, and became a freaking school teacher. And he's super passionate about sneakers. Like without giving them away. The dude, like, he's set for life because of those 3 JPEGs. That's all I gotta say.
Oh yeah, no, and there's people that are chasing that. There's people that see that, and that's the whole idea, is that they think that it's a money making scheme. They can go grab one, flip it, and all of a sudden everything they're going to buy is going to be the next Bored Ape, and that's a little detrimental to the communities that are trying to actually build something, because people are like, well, I didn't make double my money in a week, so
Lost.
Oh,
back.
There we go.
I don't know
Okay.
I don't know what happened there, but
yeah. So
yeah,
I don't
no,
know. It's just crappy that people want to move forward with something and they just want their money out of it. But there's so much more to it, and there's a vision involved by the people that have put in their blood, sweat, and tears, and they didn't get their $100 in a day, so they're out. And it's a balance trying to find the people that are real to the community and people that are just in it for the cash. So there's some truth to the cash grab, unfortunately.
Yeah, dude, my homeboy Gary V always preaches 20-year investment. This is a 20-year investment. We're building for the future. We're not trying to get a quick buck.
well, not only that, but go ahead.
No, go for it. No, absolutely.
No, I was just going to say, like, we could sit on the sidelines and just wait and see what happens. But then what's going to happen is that everyone else that's participating now basically gets to form what that market's going to look like. So, like when we all, when the America was sort of being, Louisiana Purchase happens, and there's that rapid expansion where people are like moving out, into these sort of areas where there's a lot of unknowns. There's a lot of things that could go wrong. There's a lot of, they're essentially staking their whole life on this one thing that they're going to try to do, develop this land. Like Jeremy or Prophets and I were talking about how, just 40 years ago,
You just doxed me, Lep.
I know. You're the only Jeremy in the world too. Oh no. But just 40 years ago, we only, it blows my mind that we used to burn down our old house just to get back the nails because your dad or grandfather, whoever, worked really hard for that metal. Like, and you took a perfectly good house and burned it to the ground because metal was so valuable. But now
I was unaware of that.
But now, like, it's just the normal thing. So what I'm trying to say is that you could either have that mentality of let's just wait and see what it does, and then I'll jump in later. But then by then, somebody else is already going to make all the decisions as to what that community is going to look like, and you have less creative ability over it, I think.
Well, like B was saying, with the industry he's in, a lot of red tape.
Absolutely. And there's benefits to having some checks. There's benefits to be able to not let people go rogue, but at the same time, people need some credit. Like we've all grown up a little bit, and we can deal with our own finances. We can deal with our own stuff, and so the the amount that you're held to, I was just on a chat today where someone was saying that they got flagged because they were trying to transfer a bunch of ETH to their account, and the bank basically wouldn't let them, and so they weren't able to move forward with their transactions. And it's like, hey man, like, I'm an adult, I earn my money, let me put it where I want. And so it's a little tough at times when you're fighting that, and everybody wants to have their cut of the pie.
And that's ridiculous too, because if you look at like Wall Street, I mean, that is basically a digital casino too. And that's because it's understood, at least the banks are all funded by it. Like, that's just okay. You can lose all your money that way, but you can't, like you said, you're an adult. You should be able to do whatever you want. We already have casinos. We've got Wall Street. We've got all these things already. I mean, if you want to take all your money and light it on fire, that's your right.
Right.
I mean, it is. It's yours.
No, absolutely. And that's why it's funny when people also want to have that same perspective, whether you're an investor in NFTs or whether you're an investor in crypto. It's the same kind of thing. People want to take a personal stake in what it is that you're doing and want to judge you for it. It's like, my decisions don't impact you. If I decide that I want to take my money and I want to put it into a digital asset, if I want to buy a JPEG, as you like to put it, that's my choice. Like, I'm an adult. I can handle it.
Yep. You know how much money I spent on those Reno casinos? Oh my gosh.
Growing up here, I didn't
I don't do well in casinos. Yeah, me too.
That's the other thing. There's some other ones too. Those other passive income type NFTs. I'm in another couple projects that also have some, casino based. They're based in casinos, and so the house always wins, and so you get rakebacks from those. People are online. Someone's gonna make some money on it. Why can't it be me? It doesn't have to be the elite, the people that only have those huge bankrolls that can step in and start to be a part of some of these communities. You can step in from the beginning and be a part of something that's growing, be a part of something that's going to be huge later. I mean, these dudes that are Bored Apes, they put in, it was what, 0.08 ETH, I think, what they minted for. So,
dude, 0.08 was it. Yep. Like $136 at the time.
Yep. So, I mean, it's an opportunity for people that don't have the ability to come up in some of those situations to have a little bit of financial independence and to have a little bit of, say in what they're doing, which is huge.
Company Cam's jumping in.
Are we going late today, or what's the plan there?
Hell yeah, it's Freestyle Friday.
Don't see anybody in the waiting room yet. I'll keep an eye out for him here.
He just hit me up. He's like, Holmes, what you up to? And I just sent him a link. I said, jump in. He said, okay. He just got off work because it's like 6:30 over there. So this is my homeboy out there in Reno. I was plumbing all summer with him. He's 21 years old. He is like the poster boy of plumbing now because he started like doing the social media things with all the sponsors. And the kid just bought a $420,000 house in Carson City, has like $30K in cash. He was drunk the other night on the show bragging about it, but like, he's killing it. He's nice. Nobody I know has learned plumbing that fast.
Well, and I mean, and we're talking a bit about the fact that, you can make your money in your NFTs and your opportunities when it comes to online, but there's nothing that does replace that ability to actually do something. Like, to actually have a trade. There's going to be some point when people need some actual work done, and to have the ability to do that, that's huge. So I respect the shit out of that, and I think that people need to get a little bit more, respect for putting their ass on the line and working their ass off for doing that.
Bro, let me tell you a quick story about myself. I've been in the trade since I was 17. Started out plumbing, HVAC, and learned like everything except metal fabrication, which my uncle in Northern California would teach me from time to time, but he's so mean, like I could only handle him in small amounts. But everything he taught me, like I'm summoning it. And I've been at this shop for about 2 weeks now with a bunch of roughnecks. Like they worked on oil rigs. These dudes are no joke. Like if you're soft, you're done the first day. You're not going to make it. But so I'm learning how to fabricate like with metal. Like it's so like I'm like it's amazing. I love the trades. I've always been in them, but this is I keep telling the guys this is like the missing link. Once you can do metal, you can do because I got wood, plastic, all that mastered, but metal has been the missing ingredient. So now I can, I'll be able to fabricate anything.
Oh yeah. Well, my brother's also a glass blower. That's a fun one as well.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, is that Company Cam?
What's up, guys?
Company
what's up, man?
Cam. Hey Cam. This is my buddy Brian B Harry
What's up, man?
from Reno. Cam,
Now
I
I'm
just
doxxed.
told
What
him.
the hell?
Yeah, I know we're all doxing each other. So I was just telling him about you, Cam, and like your come up in the plumbing game. If you want to give us a little breakdown, a little rehash.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully, I'm not interrupting.
No, not at all. It's Freestyle Friday, baby.
Cool, like it. Yeah. I'm a second-year apprentice. I've been plumbing out in Truckee, California. I love every day. I'm hoping to change Truckee up and be one of the top plumbers out there. Pretty much, that's what I do every day, and I love every day.
Yeah.
That's really all there is to it. Kick
Truckee's
ass
an
and
awesome place, man. I love it up there. You
It's
ride
where
bike?
I was born, baby. I was born in Truckee.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Nice. So you into NFTs at all?
No, not currently. Jeremy's talked to me a lot about it. It's something I want to get into. Definitely.
Well, if you're interested, man, I'm gonna pump the guys that I originally was coming here to hit. Like, you got to check out the Moose Society NFT. I don't know if you got an ETH wallet, get in there and hit it up. I mean, this minting's still going, and they're super cool. Like, these guys are all about helping other people, and I just get in and chat with these dudes. I was sitting in there having a beer basically with all these dudes, when Jeremy hit me, or Digital Profits hit me up. So it's definitely a cool society, and again, like I was just saying to these guys, that's one of the things with these NFT projects. You end up with a group of people that you wouldn't normally hang out with or know, but they're all good people, and building these communities is a huge part of what these guys do. So, and you get to make a little bit of make a little something in the process.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude, that's killer. Would love to get into something like that.
Yeah, well,
you're in the right place.
And it's a pretty easy entry point. Some of these things you're looking at, they're going to want you to kick down, like, if you're looking at a 0.2, 0.3 entry point, that's a big leap for somebody that's not really that into NFTs. And this one's 0.01 to mint. So you hop in there.
Can you break that down in USD terms, B?
Right now, 0.01 is honestly, it's like $35. Like,
oh wow,
it's not much. I mean, you're gonna have to pay gas on top of it, but so it's better to mint more, because you mint basically when you're paying for your gas, you're gonna pay a little bit more to get more of them, and if you mint them one at a time, you're gonna pay, depending on the gas, it could be $45 to $150. But
it fluctuates like crazy. Yep, the gas prices.
Absolutely. So,
definitely.
but if the more you mint, the better it goes. And and this one's totally a good entry point. And they've got society giveaways that are going to be $500, $750, $1,000. There's some big ones coming up, and it's just going strong. And that's just the beginning. So, and then you get to play online. There's going to be, saving Moose Island. Like I said, that's going to be amazing.
Oh yeah, dude, badass. Have to get into something like that.
Yeah.
Well, you're in the right place, brother.
Hey, get back on the Discord there, Digital Profits. We'd love to see you.
I know, bro. Okay, so my entire office right now, because I've purposely been like preparing to live mobile for like the last 13 years. So my whole office is in my Civic right now. But once it's set up, I'm back on fire.
Hell yeah.
Game over, baby.
No, we got to see you back in there. Honestly, we got some plots on Moose Island, and I think we're one apart. We're like almost neighbors.
Well, B, here's the thing. I'm torn between that Evil Plan Inc. Discord and the Moose Society Discord. That's the only two Discords I pay attention to.
Yeah. Well, I like I said, it was, man, I'm trying to follow. It's a lot going on in that other one that you're talking about.
Oh yes, they're busy. They're busy.
And everything. It was I'm trying, but I also have I think I have 15 Discords that are active right now. So I'm a little I'm a little, all over
Yeah,
the place.
yeah, that's the problem. We only all have 24 hours a day. And that's why I think what we're doing right now is great, because we're all like collaborating knowledge that we acquire, and then we can share it so we all don't have to pay attention to the same things, redundantly.
Yep. No, and that's the cool thing with these new, and a lot of the stuff now, you're looking at these alpha groups. There's people that are, the alpha groups are people that are getting together and trying to figure out, like, what's the next trend? Where's the next one that I want to invest in? Maybe doing it as a collaborative. So, it's coming up to the point where people are not only, it's the hedge fund type thing almost. You're creating things that are bigger than just yourself, and being able to expand that with your crew. So it's awesome. It's an amazing community experience.
Side note, I worked for a freaking crypto hedge fund in 2017, dog. I racked it up to 650K, and I kid you not, in a 1 minute and 45 seconds on Bittrex, it all got hacked. And I became like, dude, then that's when like I became depressed for like a year, because I was like building all this momentum, and a lot of other things in my life happened at the same time. But that was so crazy to see $650,000 evaporate in 1 minute and 45 seconds. And what they did is they took, somehow using like APIs, the hackers were able to take my entire portfolio, which was like 55 different coins, transfer them all to one called LGD, and then dumped it into Ethereum. And it was incredible. Yeah, I know, because the hedge fund is still in legal proceedings with the company, which is based in Vegas, Bittrex. And it's like, dude, I know it was an inside job, bro. Like, that just doesn't happen. Because I have a cousin that worked at Google, and we were both going over it. Like, how did this happen? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that really took the wind out of my sails.
Hell yeah. The entire crypto in general, but then you even go into the NFT market. It's a little bit of the Wild West. Like you know that you've got the potential to make a bunch of money, but there's also people out there that are doing all they can to take everything you got. And because we all want to be anonymous, we don't want to be doxxed. We've all got these wallets that have a fake name on it. It goes away and it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. Oh, I've got hacked way more than that. Dude, Waves is a token that I've loved since I found it, and it's up to like $50 now. But in 2018, oh no, okay, let me back up. It was right before Christmas in 2017. I was staying with some friends up in Duluth, Minnesota. They had like 4 kids. It was great family time, and I got fished on Facebook by a Waves account because I wasn't paying attention. Forgot about it, and then about 5 months later, I logged into that wallet and transferred some like $1,000 worth of Waves at the time, and it instantly disappeared. And dude, I walked straight to the liquor store. I was so depressed.
Oh God.
Because now that's like 50 grand. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Hey, so quick question on that. What's it goes up, you buy it at like 10 cents or whatever it is, and it goes up to $50. How quick is the turnaround? Can you just sell it right away and instantly you get paid for it, or does someone have to buy it? Like, what is how does that go?
Hard to
you
explain,
post it on
but
exchange. I mean, it's a whole process. There's a buying and selling thing. You do end up, it goes fairly quickly, but then you got to get that back out if you want to put it into something that is dollars. And so there's a process to it for sure.
Definitely.
Cam, it's like this. So say I give you $100, right?
Yeah.
And then you have like 5 different vehicles in front of you that all have different like variables. So some move faster, some whatever. You typically want to put it in the fastest vehicle to make your money grow fastest, right?
Yep.
So that's what crypto trading is. Like, you're just constantly, like, when I was a crypto trading maniac, I would not sleep because I had alarms going off left and right, like sell, buy, sell, buy. And then I figured out how to make bots to do it. So then the bots would just do it and I could go to sleep. But it's like, you're always moving from one vehicle to another that's going faster and faster to gain more equity in the money that you put in.
Definitely. Okay. I get that.
Nice, because you're smart.
Want to have those diamond hands.
Diamond hands, baby.
What's up, Lep?
Lep.
What's up?
Lep in the house.
So on that note, you know what is a crypto that people are really interested in? You know, what's the highest selling and the
Ethereum.
fastest growing? Ethereum.
Ethereum.
So I mean, there's Bitcoin's definitely the big name, but Ethereum's that's that one. It's number two, and it's the one that's got the most room to grow. It's got Ethereum 2.0 coming out there at some point.
Dude, when Ethereum 2.0 drops, we're all like billionaires. Like, I mean, not billion. We're all living. We're gonna be able to rebuild like a better world because we'll have the power to do it.
B. Harry, so what would make someone want to invest in the coin you were talking about rather than Ethereum or, something that's going fast?
Ooh, good question. Good question.
Ethereum's more
Absolutely.
like a
So
highway
what
system.
I was talking about was actually it's an NFT, and an NFT is something that they're purchased with Ethereum. They're on the Ethereum blockchain. They are tokens that are on the Ethereum blockchain that basically you can buy and sell with only using Ethereum, and so that's the network that makes it work. And so Ethereum is not only a currency, it's also it's basically the gas that makes the whole thing move. It's a network. It's a system. It is kind of investing in the internet almost when you're moving forward with how the process works. Like it's the base layer, and then the NFTs that work on top of it are something that you can buy, and then you have a different value that's associated with those. So they're not mutually exclusive. One actually works off the other.
Okay, yeah.
Cam, if you watch the actual Ethereum trailer that was put out in 2015, it explains that Ethereum is the first world computer, meaning like if I do something right now on the Ethereum blockchain, B's gonna know it. Everybody that's plugged into the network is gonna see it, and then there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes technologically, but it's like a very transparent public ledger.
Cool,
and it's actually Ethereum's like the infrastructure for like these NFTs to exist upon.
Badass, dude.
And people can't fake it. Like you get on there and you can actually track it. Like, we're in these Discords, we're on these discussions, and somebody says they did something. I can go check on you right now. I can verify it. I can tell you 100% if you're just out there, it's spitting some lies or doing whatever it is that you want to tell. But I can tell you who owns that. So it's cool in that way for sure.
I can track the people that jacked my money, but I can't do nothing about it because they're just a bunch of numbers.
Exactly. Yep. So I guess one way to put it would be like Ethereum is the highway that everything else is driving on, right? Is that one way to think about it?
Yes. Yep. Yes. That's a very good way to put it.
Only somebody would have said that.
Lep in the house.
I'm starting to get it. All right. This is something I've been wanting to learn how to invest my money better and, make some money off of how hard I've worked. And, it sounds like this would be a good way to do that.
Can you tell them about the Moose Society?
I've heard a lot of people talk down on it, though. And,
haters
definitely. So there's a lot of mixed emotions. I feel it's really old school dudes who are like, oh, you don't need to do that. It's a computer. What are you going to do with the computer money?
Cam, you know how ignorance is bliss, right? These old dogs can't learn new tricks.
Yep, totally.
Well, I mean, but you got to imagine it was the same kind of thing during like the .com boom. They're like, oh, really? These guys are going to make real money off of some computer thing. Oh, who the hell's Google? Like, there was people that were in the same boat, and so you gotta be able to be a little bit more forward thinking. And this is where we are. Like we don't live in an era where you can ignore the digital reality that's coming. It's what it is.
It's in your face. Everybody is always staring at their phone. I don't care where you go. They are all looking at their phone nonstop.
So definitely, here's the question. Say you guys had $1,000 in your hand. Just it came out of nowhere. What would you put it into?
Well, B, I'll let you take the floor first.
I'm a little biased. Yeah, right now I'm honestly like I took a lot of what I had in Ethereum at one point, and I've moved some of it over to a lot of NFTs. I feel like it was a low point in the market. You got to find those people that really have a project that means something. So for me, I'm going to tell you where I put my money where my mouth is. Like I put my money into NFTs. I've got a ton of these Moose Society NFTs. I've got a couple other, like I said, that are passive income or based on the casino side of it. But when Ethereum was dipping, the prices were good. There was a lot of, there's a lot of FUD in the market. So, which if, there's a lot of people that doubted what was going on. And so I bought into some of these projects, and I think that there's these Bored Ape Yacht Club guys. I mean, they kind of set the standard. I don't know if everyone's going there, but if there's the potential to make 3% or the potential to make 10x, I'm going 10x. So, I'm looking at some of these projects and going big as far as a good NFT project. But you need to do your research. The people you're investing in need to be doxxed. Like when you're looking at an NFT, just kind of as a rule, if you're investing in something, they should not be hiding behind a fake name. We all do right now, but if I want to invest in someone, I want to know who that person is, and I will tell you 100%. The people that run Moose Society, I know that guy's name. He is all out there. He's shown pictures of himself. He is totally, willing to tell you who he is, because he's not walking away with your money. And so that's the thing that you need to be really aware of, is there's some people that are ready to take your money and run, and you just got to find the people that are, legit.
Definitely.
Cam,
what would you say on that?
Cam, one of the popular terms in the NFT realm is rug pull, which is where they set up this amazing, thing, and then they take all your money and run. So B has done his homework, and that's why he invested so heavily in that. So he's talking about all these NFTs, right? This is what I do. So every time an NFT is sold, they can be sold. I mean, like Eminem bought one for like Justin Bieber bought one for like 2 million, I think. I don't remember the numbers, but when those sell, NFT sales are made on a platform. It's a marketplace called Looks Rare. It's a competitor to the big one, which is OpenSea. If you take your $1,000 and then buy Ethereum, then you go to Uniswap and trade it for Looks Rare tokens. Then this is what I do with all this is why I borrowed $20 from my buddy today, because I didn't get paid, because the boss needs to get paid. And the point is, because all my money is being staked on Looks Rare platform, which is built upon the Ethereum blockchain. And here's the kicker. I'm getting 196 APR, and they reward me with Ethereum as well. And
wow.
I haven't even looked at it lately, but every time I do, like I'm up like 20%, 80%. Like my money works harder for me than I work with the roughnecks at the metal shop. That's how real it is.
Definitely.
Hell yeah.
So another question off of that, for
and
someone
that's so the staking is definitely where it's at. Once you can start to find a way to stake, that typically means that you're kind of taking your you're not going to be selling that soon, and that increases the value of that currency. It makes it so you're not going to be a flipper, you're not going to be paper hands. And so that's once you're staking, people usually are going to pay you well for it. And so you find that right opportunity, you find that awesome rate, and you got to hit that up, whether that's in an NFT or whether that's in your cryptocurrency. Staking is usually a good way to go if you're willing to lock that up. And that's the key, is you got to be able to have the liquidity and the financial stability to be able to just lock it up and say, I'm not touching it. Like Gary Vee says, you're looking at long-term investments. This isn't short-term.
Yeah. So
Cam, you were talking about your interest rates the other day. Remember that?
Yep.
Can you re-explain that?
So, I've got a few different accounts at a couple different banks, and they're making about 3.5. It's a $5,000 minimum deposit per account, and each of them's making 3.5% APR. So in the long run, it's really not making that much, but it's a easy way. I just put my money in there. I can't touch it. I can only take it. They give me the option at the end of the year. You can take this out, or you can keep it in and just keep going with it. It never fluctuates. It never goes up or down. So it's just an easy way for my cash that I'm not using to just grow. Smallly, it grows like it's not that much, but it does grow. So a thing I've heard recently is, I'm only 21. I've heard, from 22 to 27 is the prime time to be, to go hard and really put your money out there. It's not a time to be safe with your money. You got the rest of your life for that. So I've been thinking, what can I do to get more money than what I'm making off of the banks? And another thing is, I'm not very familiar with the whole crypto scene. So it's like, is there people out there who will help you get into that, help you make smart decisions? Or is this something that you got to do your own research and you got to put it in where you think it's best?
Cam, here's the deal, dude. I've spent the last 12 years religiously studying this so you don't have to, okay? And I'm trying my hardest to find out ways to articulate it in ways people can understand that's not so confusing, because I program this stuff. Like me and Agent, we make this code happen. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? But
definitely.
it's so hard to explain to somebody that doesn't have that base knowledge built on top of it, built on top of it, built on top of it, because this scene moves quick. We're all developing all the time.
Yeah.
Yep. No,
Yeah.
and I mean, and you're talking about 3%. If you had, there's dips and there's there's a whole lot of volatility in it. But if you had thrown some money into crypto, I mean into Ethereum, it's what, up by like 30% almost over the last several weeks or a month. Like there was definitely that crypto winter, and all of a sudden it went from the 2000s all the way up. Now it's in 3,500. Like it jumped fast. And so part of it is you have to time the market. You can't just put it in and wait. Or if you do, you got to just wait long term and not pull it out. You got to be a holder. You got to hodl,
Diamond
as
hands.
they say.
Hodl, baby. Hodl.
Yeah. So you either got to be the person who's willing to dip in and out and hit those high points and those low points, but it's all a risk because you never know when it's going to hit that. And so you got to do, you got to buy in little increments is the way that they typically do it. What is it? DACA or what?
What is it called? The freaking term.
It's
average dollar in, or I don't know.
dollar
It's been a long day.
cash value, but it's basically you go in small increments and you pay out in small increments, because if you just
Okay,
go
guys,
all in
check
and all
this out.
Go for it.
When I first started to finally start buying Bitcoin, I hooked my Wells Fargo account up to it to buy $20. No, I think it was $10 every day, because it was fluctuating between the $250 and $300 range, or $350 range. So I was like, okay, let's just buy like $10 every day because it's going up and down. And then my plan was to buy $500 worth and trade it for what was about to come out, what was called ETH. So I traded it for ETH on Poloniex, and dude, my life has never been the same since.
Yep.
It's magic. Crypto is there's this like spiritual thing about it where it like B's been saying, it unites people with a common interest, like that's not about themselves but about like the group. Like we worked in, like, Cam, I loved working with you and Krupp every day because we love what we do, and that's what NFTs are about. That's what crypto's about.
Definitely.
I've never sat in a room and talked with someone or in a chat room and about how much I love the US dollar. Like that's not what, like, it's funny how we build these communities, and it's like, you got your Ethereum community, you got your Shiba community, you got the people that are into whatever it is that their NFT, the Moose Society. So you've got those groups that are able to build that community, and it's something different than just saying I'm into the dollar. Like you've got some buy-in, and you've got people that are actively working to be able to make that succeed, and it's super fulfilling when you're part of that community and they go big. You're like, all right, that was part of me, and that's, you're not just along for the ride, you're someone that's actually part of it, and it's cool.
Dude, B, you're nailing it. It's like the Three Musketeers, all for one and one for all. It's not about
Hell
like
yeah.
me becoming the boss. It's about all of us becoming bosses of our own like little kingdoms and doing, amazing things, taking care of the kids, keeping the land clean like B does. Like I smoke cigarettes, but I never throw butts down because
Thank you.
I'm the guy that picks them up.
Oh,
You know
come
what I'm
on.
saying?
Come on.
Like I pick up trash when I see it. Like Chimney Beach. Like it was a beautiful beach in Tahoe that was desecrated by just partiers all the time.
Look behind me. I got some beautiful Tahoe pictures.
Dude,
I love
Jeremy-
that place.
Yeah.
And yes,
Or,
it was
I'm
rough
sorry,
to see.
Digital Profits, dude. I'm the type of dude to pick up a cigarette off the ground.
Yes.
And
That's why I
smoke
love
it.
you, brother.
And smoke it.
Yeah, I know you got that Nick.
But you better throw it away afterwards.
Oh, hell
Yeah.
yeah, dude. I'm not letting anything go to waste.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I think the biggest proof that this is the way of the future is that the Fed is right on the heels or they're anytime basically they're going to drop the Fed coin because they see the writing on the wall and they know that the market has changed and that if they don't get in now and get their own coins out there, it's going to be too little too late.
Oh,
That's
guys, check this out. Check this out. So me and B have a homeboy that lives in San Diego, and he's working on a 6-story building in San Diego. He's like a iron worker, like a soup. And he told me on every floor, there are 30 shipping containers modified to be Bitcoin miners on every floor. It's just basically a Bitcoin bank in San Diego.
I bet you that thing's burning through some energy.
Oh, yeah. Lots of power there, baby.
Yeah, no, I know a couple of people that have built some of those rigs and put those like on. They just like, hey, we're just bringing out shipping containers, putting them on the back 40, and loading them up with miners. And
Yep.
it costs money, but they make money. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. This train's making hay. Boop,
Yep.
boop.
Yeah. Well,
It's
man, I really
really
appreciate talking with you guys. It's been cool for sure. I have to. It's almost at dinner time, to be honest. I got like
We usually do 30-minute segments, so we're like double that right now.
Well, I'm honored to be a part of a long running one, but just again, pump that Moose Society, man. Those guys are awesome, doing great stuff. And if you guys get in there and are throwing some money on it, there's the community is going to appreciate it. The kids are going to appreciate it. Everything that's donated is going out, and it's a legit group to be a part of.
Definitely.
Yeah, and I mean, like, just to give you an example of somebody your age who is all about the NFT life, like, I'm not a big fan of her, but Billie Eilish is hardcore getting into NFTs. So if you're a creator and then you have something that other people are always going to want, that's even another way that you can build wealth on the back end.
Oh, absolutely. Some of these people, I mean, it's amazing. You're getting, it just everybody's getting involved in it. There's a lot of the sports, there's some big sports figures that are in the NFT world. There's people that are all over, like you were saying, Justin Bieber earlier. I mean, everybody's getting into it. Those are the projects that tend to make a lot of money on the front end because of the exposure, because they've got a big name. But there's also a lot of money to be made and cool projects to be a part of that don't have those big names associated with them. I mean, there's definitely some potential that isn't on that front line, and that's kind of where I'm trying to find my niche. Is like, hey, I'm not throwing down on someone that was way out far ahead. I'm betting on the horse that I think is going to come out in the end. And there's those projects that you believe in, and that's where I'm trying to find my bread and butter.
Love it. Thanks for coming on the show, B. It's so good to see you, man. It's been like, I think the last time I saw you IRL was like 96, maybe.
Oh, man. Yes, about that. Some of these people on here watching are like, I wasn't even alive then.
Cam.
Yeah.
Good times, brother.
Well, I appreciate
Tell the
it.
fam
You guys
what's
are doing
up.
awesome things.
Good to meet you.
Yeah, you're welcome anytime, man. Like, just pop in. I'll send you the link.
Absolutely. I'll be in touch, man. You guys are killing it. Later.
All right, brother. Rock on.
Thanks for coming.
Yep. Thanks for having me.
You
Word
made it.
them,
You
dude.
made it, Cam. You made it.
Yeah.
Camping Cam, how was your day, dog? Tell me about what did you and Krupp do
Dude,
bomb work?
so we had a subfloor we were doing and finished the entire waist for a 4-bedroom, 4,000 square foot house in 14 hours. So
These guys don't mess around, Lep. They're the best plumbers in the area. I kid you not.
Got to
so
make hay.
yeah, exactly, dude. You know, we went to work and we didn't stop. To Monday we're starting on waters, and then that'll probably take 2 days, and then we're doing that.
Noise.
So after that, we're out of there, dude. It's a beautiful out in Truckee, about 65 at the high.
Oh, I
Sun
love
is
it.
shining down on us. So, we're getting our tan on. It's awesome.
Parlaying like pimping plumbers
We got the 90s rap going. It's all
all
good.
day, son.
Uh-huh.
Tupacalypse now.
Uh-huh.
Dude, our mentor, Lep, Krupp, we need to get Krupp on this show because he is like the life of the party, bro. It doesn't matter if you're running gas line or drinking beer. He's the life of the party.
Oh, he
This
is.
guy is amazing.
I'm down. Let's do it.
I
He's
don't
the
know if he
best.
I don't know if he could figure out the whole phone thing. Like, if we get him on,
He's got a twitch in his hands.
the phone might be like this the whole time, but it would be bad.
It would be so badass, Lep. He was in a metal band, bro. They did not mess around.
Corrupt, baby.
Krupp.
Yeah. No, but I'm so glad I was able to make it on. Thanks for sending me the invite, Digital.
Yeah, dude. I mean, Cam, it has been chaos since I transferred to Texas and my technology is not up to par like it was, but we're making things happen.
We'll
Definitely,
make it work.
for sure. I would love to be on here more often. If everyone was up to that, share some good stories.
Bro, anytime. I mean,
Monday
we
through
got-
Friday, 8 p.m.
we're trying to figure out like a schedule, and like Freestyle Friday is working out great. We haven't. What do we got? Tech Tuesday? I don't know. Like we're just freestyling, bro. Like this is gonna be something cool.
Where's the X at?
He's working. He was on for a second, and then we lost him.
Yeah,
He said hello, and that was it.
yeah. He's Sam Walton's got him on his lap.
Oh,
He's like, I hate my job. He's
Yeah.
texting me that all the time.
what a bummer, dude.
No, he's low key player, bro. He's doing his thing. He's good.
That's great.
Just he's Agent X. He's on the scene.
Oh yeah.
How's the weather? Windy. Gotta go.
Oh yeah, dude.
All right, man. Well, I think we should call it.
Yeah, dude, I got hella Popeye's chicken to eat waiting
Oh,
for
yeah.
me, and
Good.
I still haven't even showered. Cam, my shirt that I wore today is full of burn holes. That's how awesome it is working with metal. I've already mastered the plasma cutter. Dude, that
Oh,
thing
fuck
is
yeah.
the shit.
Yeah, those things are gnarly though.
Yes, they are. You gotta be careful. They will light you on fire.
Yeah,
You don't
I've
want to
seen
be the
some
new
mad
guy lit on
yeah.
fire.
I've seen some mad Facebook posts of people like with big ass holes in their legs.
Yeah,
Oh
Yeah.
fuck.
it
That's
happens.
bad.
Yeah.
You gotta get that fire rated clothing, man. That's what I'm learning. Wrangler. That's
All
why
right, guys.
Wrangler's so popular.
Well, I think I gotta bounce. I saw
All right, guys.
burning
All right.
out there. I don't know.
We'll call it. We're good. You're good, man. Thanks for coming.
Hey,
Cam,
fuck
we
yeah.
love you, bro.
Love you,
Keep
dude.
on keeping on.
Fuck yeah. Have a good one.
All right, talk soon.
See you guys.
Light up.
Later, man. I gotta say this so we don't get dinged, but this is not financial advice. Nothing should be construed to be financial advice.
Definitely not financial advice.
Right? All right. We're ending it.